Hi guys, it's Chase with Star Tutors.
Oh, okay. We're doing like that. Okay.
Hi guys, it's Chase with Star Tutors again, and I'm here with Devon, who was a former Star student and is now a Star tutor. Devon scored a perfect score on her English section of the ACT when she took it in high school, and now she's a Northwestern University student and has now started tutoring for math and for our test prep courses. And we're here to talk to you a little bit about the strategies to get a perfect score on the ACT English section, just like Devon did.
So step one is to really focus on grammar rules. And the most important subject to really emphasize is actually punctuation. And although you're probably saying, oh, I know punctuation, chances are you haven't actually reviewed punctuation rules since the 5th grade, which was probably 6 or 7 years ago for you. And although you definitely are familiar with a period, a comma, maybe even a semicolon, we need to make sure that you do actually review those, because when you're speaking the English language, you don't really think about punctuation at all. In your ACT review book, there are 7 additional sections besides punctuation that you can review that covers 95% of the content that you will see on the English section of the ACT. So make sure to check out this awesome tutorial.
So step 2 is to pay attention to the entire context of the English section. So just as Devon said, there are a number of grammar rules that you need to cover. Punctuation, verb tense, subject verb agreement, and they can all be found in the book that Devon held up earlier. That's our Star Tutors tutorial. Within the passage, there are context clues that help you answer the question. So while only one word might be underlined, for example, it might be a verb, the rest of the passage can help you answer that. Let me give you an example. If the rest of the passage is in the past tense, and you have a verb that's underlined, then the verb also likely needs to be in the past tense. Those are little things, but again, when you're speaking the English language, 50 of the 75 questions that you'll encounter on the test are going to be relatively straightforward because you guys are smart, you speak English every day for the most part, and the rest of the questions will be relatively straightforward. Having said that, the remaining 25 questions that really ask you about intricate rules of grammar, punctuation like Devon mentioned, that's very important. Those are the ones where you really have to hone in and think about what the rest of the passage is saying, what the rest of the context of the passage might be.
So the third and final step is to correct your misuses of everyday English.
That's exactly right. So what Devon means by that is if I were to ask you, Devon, if I were to give you a sentence that said, none of the students are going to the store, is there any chance when you're talking with your friends or doing any, just out and about, would you ever think that that sentence is incorrect?
Definitely not.
No, definitely not, right? None of the students are going to the store. But what do we know? None is singular or plural?
Singular.
Singular. None is singular, so it should be?
None is.
None is. So none of the students is going to the store. So those are things that Devon was able to master to get a perfect score, and now she's helping us tutor those same concepts. But those are little things that, how many times did you review that concept or any of the concepts before you were able to get to a 36?
Many times.
Many times, right? Hours and hours of
Yes.
practice. And again, those are the types of things that I think that you know now to communicate to students, but those are the types of things that help you get a perfect score, help you score in the 99th percentile on the ACT overall, and specifically on the ACT English section, and help you get into Northwestern. So little things, guys, but those are the types of things that you have to be thinking about in order to score a 36 in the 99th percentile. All right, guys, so those are the 3 steps. Again, you want to pay attention to your grammar rules, specifically punctuation, because as Devon mentioned, you don't speak punctuation. It's very, very important that you hone in on that. There are other 7 sections in this book that will help you memorize those grammar rules. Step 2, make sure you're aware of the rest of the context of the passage as you read. The underlined portion is not the most important thing that you're reading, it's everything else, right? If there's a verb in the past tense, the rest of the passage needs to be in the past tense. Step 3, make sure you're correcting your misuse of the English language. We don't want you to go out and correct all your friends at all points when they misuse grammar. But what we do want you to do is make sure that when you hear it incorrectly, you're not implementing that on the test. Because again, if you hear it incorrectly every day, the chances that you use it incorrectly on a test are very high. So Devon, what would you say the number of hours, or maybe even just the amount of work you put in to get to the point that you were at on the English section, and then again to get to the point that you were at on the test overall?
Well, for me, throughout high school, I really intensely focused on English grammar, but even so, I still had to put in so much practice and effort in order to answer all the questions correctly. I think that one of the biggest things that I learned was that if you do enough practice tests, you start to recognize patterns, especially because in the English section especially, there are only really 8 main general sub-themes and concepts that you will see questions fall under. So if you have 75 questions in a test, you will see repetitive types of different questions. So as long as you keep putting in the effort and practice consistently, your score will drastically increase for the English section of the ACT.
That's exactly right. Concepts, be disciplined, be detailed. Devin couldn't have said it better. She did it, she put in all the effort, she got in the 99th percentile on the test. It's not overwhelming, you can do it, but you have to be disciplined and detailed, and you have to take it step by step. So for more videos, to see Devin talk more about her ACT experience, to see me talk about whatever it might be on the tutoring front, and to see many of our other tutors, please subscribe to our channel. We'll also be posting on Facebook, so follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, just Star Tutors. And again, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully we'll see you soon.
Thank you.